It's been a really beautiful and wonderful experience with the Tao, both the calligraphies, the transmissions, the tracing, the mantras, as well as time with the teachers in sessions or in consults, things like that. So the reason that these teachings and so many of these teachers resonate so deeply with me, as someone who's been through quite a bit of childhood trauma and really spiritual experiences young, emotional experiences young, there was always this disconnect between myself and the people that I was trying to explain what I was moving through. So I eventually just stopped. And I was one of those people that Master Shara mentioned earlier, of first looking for a very, my dog Lila, a very westernized approach to my healing. And of course, it's important to integrate that. But what I learned there was that there had to be something more, because nobody spoke about soul. No one talked about karma. No one mentioned spirit or anything of these sorts. And so there was a strong disconnect. And I was a few years into my spiritual journey. I'm not going to tell too much of this story, actually. There's a book coming out with a bunch of myself and some other Tao hands practitioners, led by one of the beautiful students, Vanessa Ferraro, many of you know. So I'll leave that story. But essentially, what I'm trying to say is that the way that these teachings hold you in your spiritual journey, isn't comparable to many things and many circles and places that we can learn and have people see us. And there was one time in specific, not long ago, in a consult with Master Francisco, and I was going through a really intense time of purification. I had just started the Tao Hands communication program, and I was teaching with the greatest gratitude, as I am a gratitude ambassador. And there was a lot of purification happening, and I really felt lost, even though I knew I had all the pieces around me and the support circles. I felt really lonely and afraid, and even alone. And so I had a consult with him, and I had never felt so seen. And there was this calmness about it, even though what I was sharing was like these really intense spiritual experiences and feelings within me that were coming up. And he was so calm about it and just held such beautiful space. He knew it wasn't even him, it was flow. He was doing a flow for me, and I received a beautiful teaching. And the time he took, not to tell me what to do or give me any advice, but really just to hold the space and offer the transmissions and light that I needed to see the path, it really helped me in a really, dare I say, dark time, as we all go through, for those of you who are not only on this path but also of service to others. So yeah, it's been really beautiful, and it's something that I always come home to, and is a deep part of both my personal life, my business, all parts of my life. It's very relevant now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Alex-Jo. I wanted to ask you, how do you, because you were talking about this consultation with Francisco, and I've had my own consultation with Francisco, so I know what that can be like. And, we do offer special consultations as part of our wellness program. Every month we have a wellness program. This month it's July Wellness Boost, and August Wellness Boost will start in just a little over a week. But anytime anybody can receive a consultation, and we are connecting on a soul level, with the person, who we're in consultation with, on a heart level, and really wanting to go to the root, of what it is that somebody is wanting to transform. Because ultimately we can talk about a lot of different problems we have in life. And they're important, of course, but ultimately there is a root cause, and what you learned, and I know you've studied a lot, you've studied other, modalities and teachings. But what would you say is the takeaway for you from that consultation, or a teaching that either you received from Francisco or from Master Sha or through the teachings themselves? What is the one thing that you can say you took away and you apply, in your life day to day?
So what just came to me when you asked that, I knew exactly how I meant to respond to this. So like you mentioned, there are many other modalities that we learn in ways that we live and lineages we honor. And during that time specifically, I followed two very deep, I guess you'd say, paths, and I started to, they were separate and it wasn't working. And Master Francisco was able to bring them together and make everything relevant and show me that these teachings, like, it integrates into everything. So it really allowed the ego in me, that wanted there to be some sort of right, wrong, better, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know. I was so confused at this point. And everything that happened in that session, that was not even that long, like, you'd be surprised what can happen in such short, integral, aligned, safe space. And yeah, my big takeaway was that these teachings really do integrate into all life, and it's not about religion or culture. And it really shifted the space the way I show up in the space for both of those things in my life that I consider like my Tao, my oneness creator, So it really pieced things together for me.
Beautiful.